everybody, and welcome to this video from Unit 1. In this video, we will look at present simple tense. I will show you exactly when to use it and how to use it. We will also go through many exercises together, so you will learn exactly how to use this tense correctly. So, stay with me. General permanent, so just repeat it after me. I play, you play, we play, they play, he plays, she plays, it plays. Now, let us look at when we use the present simple tense. Are you ready? We have 5 different situations in which we can use this tense. Let's go through them one by one. Permanent cases like, we live in Nablus, she works at a bank. Routines like, I wake up at 5:30 every day, I go to sleep at 11 every night. Facts like, the sun rises in the east. Schedules like, the train leaves at 10:15. The bus leaves at noon. Frequency, my friend always plays football. First of all, we can use the present simple tense to talk about things which are permanent, which are more or less always true, okay? For example, we live in Nablus. Let us suppose that this is where you live, not just for a short time, but for a long time, and more or less, it is a permanent situation which is always true for you. Think about yourself whenever you are trying to learn a tense. One of the great things you can do is to think about examples that apply to your life. So you can say a sentence right now such as, I live in, I work at. So by making these sentences, you are using the present simple tense. So let us look at other situations in which you can use the present simple tense for routines. So what's a routine? A routine is something you do regularly. For example, I wake up at 5:30 every day. I go to sleep at 11 every night. So, wake and go are verbs in the present simple tense because you are talking about regular activity and a routine. We can also use the tense to talk about facts. For example, the sun rises in the east. It is just a fact. It is something that is scientifically true. It is not something that I decide or you decide. It is just true. We can also say, the sun sets in the west. In addition, we can use this tense to talk about schedule. So, what's a schedule? A schedule tells us when something is going to happen, and that kind of connected to routine, regularly scheduled events. For example, our class starts at 10 o'clock. The train leaves at noon. Why we are using present simple? Because our class always starts at 10 o'clock. It's a kind of permanent. A routine is a schedule. Now, let us look at one other situation. There are some words in English and they are called adverbs of frequency to describe how often something is happening. And these words are always, usually, frequently, often, sometimes, occasionally, seldom, rarely, and never. Let's look at the following examples. He always plays football on Mondays. Now, how we form the present simple tense? In the simple present tense, most regular verbs use a root form except in the third person singular, which ends in s. First person singular, we say, I write. The second person singular, you say, you write. Third person singular, you say, he, she, it writes, not the s. First person plural, we say, we write. Second person plural, we say, you write. Third person plural, we say, they write. Let's look at some examples together. Sarah reads a story every Friday. My son always cries at night. The Jordan River flows into the Dead Sea. He goes to school every morning. She understands English. She tries very hard. She enjoys playing the piano. For a few verbs, the third person singular ends with es instead of us. Typically, these are verbs whose root form ends in o, ch, sh, th, ss, gh, or z. For example, we say go, goes, catch, catches, wash, washes, kiss, kisses, fix, fixes, buzz, buzzes. You say using first person singular, I go, while we say second person singular, you go. In third person singular, you say she, he, it goes, not the es. First person plural, we say we go. In second person plural, we say you go. In third person plural, we say they go. For example, we say Mary goes to school on foot every Monday. He washes his clothes every Friday. For verbs that end in a constant plus y, we remove the y and add ies. For example, we say marry, marries. Study, studies. Carry, carries. Worry, worries. For verbs that end in a vowel plus y, we just add s. For example, we say play, plays. Enjoy, enjoys. Say, says. Now, dear students, let us choose the correct answer together. Are you ready? She always in dance competitions. The right answer is participates. Muhammad every morning. The right answer is jogs. I in Jenin. The right answer is I live. Muna in a multinational company. The right answer is works. Doctors, that junk food be avoided. The right answer is recommend. My mother is a teacher. She, English. The right answer is teaches. Marwan is my best friend. He, soccer. The right answer is likes. That's all for now, dear students. For more information, you should review the related material on the platforms and don't forget to do all the exercises.